first start of the year, we're going right for the record. This initial kit that we are making, I'm trying to dance around really fucking saying it right now, but guys, shout out to ZFG Adam for also supporting my dumb ideas. Also, I gotta say Adam too, because I got that crackle tune on here. So this is our HSF twin turbo kit that we're coming out.
Steve, get my pants ready. Cretins. Hello. Happy holidays and welcome back to the Car Guys Be Like podcast. Man, it feels like it's been a hot minute, but it's like a month ago. I don't know what time is gone, but yeah, we back at it, man. So your host with the most, Chad B, and we got our panel of guests. Go ahead and introduce them first before I go ahead and do all the pre-housekeeping. We have the neighborhood Sancho. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. Fearless leader, supreme leader, some would say. And y'all know him. Y'all love him. Our very own blue check having Stephanie Hydrocon 22, ladies and gentlemen. Hydrocon 22. Yeah,
anyways.
And y'all know him, y'all love him. The man who chops off any part of his car without a goddamn rhyme or reason. We got JT. What's up, JT?
That's Volkswagen activities.
Yeah, exactly. It's natural for us.
It is. Y'all know what it is. Go to the website, www.skunkwerksprojects.com. Support the team, support the channel. Get yourself some merch, some fuel injectors from Fuel Injector Clinic. Like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube, at Instagram, all that good stuff. Help us out with the algorithm. And yeah, stay tuned, man. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe for 2026. Maybe we'll tell you about it. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just fucking surprise you. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a Hellcat swapping in golf. I don't know. We're not doing that. Okay.
Not the worst thing I heard, yeah.
All right. Well, right. I have decent ideas sometimes.
It might be reliable.
But anywho, man, we are gonna get into it today. Again, Travis from Houston Speed Freaks is back. You'll probably recognize him from season 2, or you might recognize those taillights because he's out here just shitting on everybody. So yeah, man, welcome back, Travis, man. Good to have you back again, buddy. Thank you for making some time for us before Christmas.
Oh,
yeah. Time, I get it.
You probably got some lights to hang or something.
Catch us up. It's been a hot minute since episode 3 of season 2, man. So let us know what's been going on with the ST and you, man, and the platform.
I mean, honestly, the platform's grown a ton. You got a lot of bigger companies now throwing their hats in the ring, even more so than they were earlier this year. I think I forget when we did that podcast the first time. That was early this year, huh?
Yeah. It was at the very beginning.
It was like February, I think.
Before summer, huh?
God, yeah. So I mean, it's crazy to see how far the platform's growing. Now we got the 2026s coming out, hitting a lot. So you got a lot of those guys coming in, and they're taking a lot from those 2026s. Like they have sunroofs, but they don't open. They don't have massaging seats, things like that. Like all sorts of quirky things. Ford doing what Ford does best. They make an awesome car, and they slowly start taking shit from it. And then they'll bring it back one year and then take it back the next. But I mean, it's good that there's a lot of growth in the platform, a lot of big things that I can't even talk about on here, like truthfully, because I've signed some paperwork on some stuff.
Oh shit!
That's hitting the market, in 2026, and we're getting dangerously close. The new world record's a 10:10 now, off of a fully built Explorer, which is nuts because that's basically second, third road pooled for. That's about it for weight reduction. But we're going for that record in 2026 HSF, and I think we're going to bury it so far that it's going to take a while for people to catch up and try to compete with us.
Let's go.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what y'all up to, bro.
Man, about to put some belt to ass.
That's it. Yeah, belt to ass. Y'all got me trying to convince my wife to get an ST.
Hey, I literally try to convince everybody. I'm like, bro, but it's got massaging seats.
Yeah,
Hey, and he hasn't even got to really enjoy it either. That's the crazy
bro.
bro,
I got in mine the other day, and it was the first time I have driven in like 6 months, and I was like, man, I forgot how nice this thing is.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
And then Santa Claus said, "Not today."
So it's so nice he couldn't wait to get rid of it again.
That's it. So nice.
Hey, but the interior was nice though. It kept him nice and comfy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
while you were waiting, you probably
the massaging seats were on while he was waiting.
Sending them bad boys with the sunroof open for like an hour today.
Yeah,
hey, that's why Ford makes those massaging seats, so you're waiting on that tow truck. You gotta be comfortable, dude.
Perfectly relaxed when the tow truck comes.
It's wild.
Well, on that note, Corey, tell us a tale, bro. What's going on?
Man,
ST updates, sir.
It's definitely been a wild ride, but it's finally back, kind of.
Back-ish.
Yeah, I won't throw too much shade on the shop just because I don't. Yeah.
It seems like they've been helpful.
Yeah, they have been trying to do what they can, so I don't want to do all that.
Yeah,
but
no crash out.
I'll give the little rundown of like, so the motor blew in the end of July, and Ford took like a month to tell me no because they just kept stringing me along. And finally, I found a local shop, and I was like, you know what? Let me order a motor off eBay. I won't say who told me that I could buy a motor off eBay. Traps. But that didn't really work out like I wanted to. First, the dude sent a BMW motor.
eBay protection, bro.
Exactly.
That's at the end of this story. I'll get to that.
Shout out to eBay, man.
No. So they sent a BMW motor, and I'm like, hey, dude, this isn't right. And I sent him a picture, and he's like, oh yeah, a guy in like Kentucky or something got your motor, so we're gonna get it swapped out. Literally, the motor came like the next day. They took the other one; it was good. They start tearing mine out. About 3-4 days go by, and they're like, hey, dude, so just want to let you know that we took yours out, and we just now noticed that like there's cracks and like stuff on the one that you got. And I was like, ooh, how bad is it? So they sent me a couple pictures, and it was like cracked around the oil pan and like a couple mounting points and stuff like that. And it probably would have been okay, but I didn't want to like, just throw some mess back in there. And the guy offered to like get it welded up. No, not doing that. So I was like, all right, bro, let's just send it back. I'll get my refund when I can, and I'll figure it out. So I told the shop to find a motor. Mm-hmm. They found a motor, and it came in. They installed that engine, had it running for a couple days, and then it started throwing a bunch of codes. Ended up being cam phasers, and then they had to wait for like the whole warranty process. Well, instead of them telling the shop to just fix the cam phasers, which I wish they kind of would have, because that engine only had like, I think it was like 30,000 miles or something like that. Anyways, they decided to swap it again. So about 2 weeks goes by, another motor shows up, and they put it in, it's running, and they call me for the pickup, and that's when it's leaking coolant. So now, here we are. I thought I had a nice Christmas present, but I'm not so sure yet. But moving on to the whole eBay thing. So when they sent the BMW motor, I did a return on eBay. Yeah, I did like the little normal process or whatever, and then I canceled it because the seller fixed the issue in the middle of it. Well, since I canceled that process, anything after that they wouldn't let me do. So when the guy sent the next motor and it was messed up, they wouldn't let me do a return on it. So it was like a whole like internal thing, and eBay was like, "Oh no, we don't know what you're talking about." Like, just pay him that $4,000. And I was like, "No, we're not." Luckily, I used I think it was Klarna or something like that to buy the motor, and they are helping me fix it. Otherwise, I'd be out of $4,000.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Oof.
Yeah, oof.
Well,
right. But you know what? I did check my oil today. Y'all be proud.
You did. I wonder who told him to do that.
You check the coolant now? Just gotta check all the fluids now.
Apparently, I got walk around with fluids in the back because this is crazy.
I
It's
did
an
that one.
easy
Original
F, baby. And the F is for check your fluids.
God damn it. Boy.
So,
Yeah, it's been a ride though.
It's been a little ride, man. But
had you not blown your engine, what were the plans for the ST this year? And how far into the build did you get? And don't lie, because I was there.
I've seen the
Let's
videos,
see.
man.
I did blow off valve. Exhaust is still on the way. I haven't figured that end out yet because I'm still trying to figure out the whole Explorer. Intake from the one and only HSF.
Hell yeah.
And there was something else. Oh yeah, I actually was doing an E50 and a 93 race tune, and we didn't make it that far. We only did baselines.
Ain't got no gas.
Ain't got no gas.
Basically.
Oh, it had gas. It didn't have the other.
That didn't have no oil in it.
And other than that, like I just wanted to do like a couple supporting mods, like basically just to make sure it was solid until I decided to do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you got to some other stuff too, because I know we did the intercooler upgrade.
Well, that was way. I think I had the intercooler when Travis was on here the first time, maybe.
But you might have. I think you might have just been putting it on around the same time.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Hey, man. What's up, dude?
My mini me.
Welcome to the pod, bro.
Welcome to the show.
What you driving, big dog?
Yeah,
Which one's
what's
yours?
your whip?
The red.
The Focus.
The red?
The Focus.
Nice.
We gotta get you on here with D then.
Yeah.
Big turbo.
Not with D. D looks.
Kid got a faster car than I do. It's crazy.
Yeah, you also did some.
I think I did a diff brace.
Yeah, you did some diff bracing, some bushings.
The subframe bushings. I think that's it. I don't think I did anything else. I didn't get a chance to. But you know what I'm going to do? Like once a week.
Okay.
What's that?
My oil.
I'm going to do it every time.
Might even do it every drive for sure.
The more you know, more you grow moment for the listeners out there about checking oil.
You want to get one of the jet tags instead of remove before flight? Just says check your oil.
Check your goddamn
The amount of people that I've seen that oil in like forums or Facebook pages when they're like, "Oh, check your oil."
Check your oil. Before you even say shit, bro.
Oh, what should I do? You should check your oil. That's what you should
check. Before anybody gets a tune, I'm like, trans fluid and oil is like the number two. Check both of those things.
Well, I did actually have Ford top off the trans fluid and like check it out before I even did any of that stuff. Should I probably do it again? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a diff and trans fluid swap if you guys want to take a little vacation now for our tune.
Yeah. Put an LSD in it or what?
No, wish.
No,
man. Just
Are you talking about on that GTR?
Yeah, that's a ways away.
My bad. I just threw a low blow.
They're still digging that out of the tree.
Didn't even realize.
That's painful. It's just painful. I had a painful realization the other day about my sweet car.
It's okay. It'd be like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's bittersweet relationships. I've been there.
It is. There's a lot.
I'm still in an abusive one.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
The wife or the car?
Well, one's Mexican and one's a BMW, so both.
Ah, shit, yeah. You fighting it on both sides.
Yeah.
Out here fighting for my life.
Yep. It's fighting for survival. I'm just fighting to make it till tomorrow, dog. That's it.
Did either one of y'all do any mods since the last pod?
Who?
Travis?
I feel like.
Nah, we'll get to that one.
We'll get to that one.
We'll get to the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, all I do.
I mean, it's got the wide body on it. I don't think that was on there last one. So.
Hell yeah. No, that's true. It wasn't wide body last.
Yeah.
Time.
No, it was shortly after is when you did the wide body, and I think you got some different wheels at the time too.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well hooked it up. They gave me an 18 by 11 with a +0 offset. So, well, or just a 0 offset. Yeah.
It's a thick
I pull up next to anything on welds. I'm not even bothering.
Yeah.
Facts.
No, I'm just,
It's not the welds that make it fast. It's the tire. You gotta look at the tires.
yeah.
Well, around here, most
At
like
a red light. I'm like, you know what?
Fair enough,
people
yeah.
aren't spending on welds if they're not fully committed.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
chill.
yeah, if they're beatbox for sure, turn the other way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm going eco mode. I'll pull up on Travis at the light. I'm going to eco mode.
That if it's like an 07
Radio
Mustang, I get
down.
out of the way too.
I'm just
But that's for different reasons.
read a book.
Yeah, you just want to get out of that one's way.
Yeah, I just want to not be in the way at all.
Nah, just don't even pull all the way up to the light. Just kind of like keep your window back. Don't even make eye contact.
Yeah, don't even like right here. Like,
Shut the car off so they can't hear until they start pulling away, kind of thing. Yeah.
I might just turn it off just because.
What you got going on this year for the ST?
Yeah, you want me to jump right into it, or like?
We'll save the biggest one.
Not that, but
Well,
just in general, like
the goals for this year that you got that you set out to start the year with.
I mean, first start of the year, we're going right for the record. And I'm not going for the stock turbo record. There's a lot of sweats in the stock turbo record territory. And there's a certain point where the car becomes uncomfortable to drive, or it's not a daily because you got guys taking windows out, putting Lexan in place, like full drag builds, door panels off kind of thing, which I respect. It takes a lot of work, a lot of money to get to that point too. But it's still a micro record. It's at the end of the day, it ain't gonna run what some of these other ones are doing. Now it's close. They ran a 10.2, and the record is a 10.1.
Oh wow!
But again, it's a PIU, not an ST. So there's certain things that are different, like the trans. They have a 10R80 trans in the PIUs. We have a 10R60, which is about 200 foot-pound difference from torque levels. Okay. So yeah, we're going for the big record. We're going for nines. That's the goal. If we run faster than nines, we run faster than nines. We really want mid nines. If we run mid nines with the second and third row out, we're going to put them back in and try to run a 9 full weight, just for shits and giggles. We've already decided that. So we're trying to put them more on the map, and we're trying to make all these track hack owners scared. So
hell yeah, chickens.
So if
we got motors the size of their Whipples, so we're trying to spike them a little bit.
So if you do run nines or faster than nines, are you gonna have to cage the car at that point?
Yeah, correct. So that's a good thing I've actually been looking into recently. Is there's only one caged Explorer in the world, and that is Ford Performance. Ford Performance has theirs caged. Oh, wow. Correct. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the cool thing is they actually kept 4 seats, so they still have 2 in the rear and 2 in the front, and they're all 4 bucket seats. Well, then that led me down a road. Sparco actually started developing seat frame brackets for the Explorer STs for 2020 and up. So now you could fit Sparco seats in an Explorer. So if you catch my drift, at some point in the year, we're going to end up having to do all the safety stuff, cage, seats, harnesses.
Too, though.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That'll add to the weight reduction. And it'll put me into that category, like I said, where people are starting to pull crazy kind of weight. But I don't really plan on pulling glass out of this car anytime soon. I don't want to spoil too much stuff yet.
That's all good.
You got paperwork, buddy. So
yeah.
What up, man?
He's got an orange now.
Hell yeah.
Side note, I know last time you were on here, you talked about like possibly moving into a shop at some point.
Yes.
How's that looking,
dude? So okay, so I messed up, right? Nobody taught me how to run a business, and you have an LLC, so you have write-offs, right? So I made a certain amount and I wrote a certain amount off. Well, then when I went to apply for the house, like, hey, you didn't make shit for money last year. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you wrote it all off. And I'm like, well, I thought that was the advantage of having an LLC. Nah, dude, finds out you basically got to take one on the chin one year for Uncle Sam to let you know that you're making money. Yep. And then next year you write it all off. Yep. So I learned that earlier in this year. Yeah. And, oh, God, we got a whole freight train of kids coming.
Sorry.
And so, yeah, so this year I'm going to have to take one on the chin. Uncle Sam might bend me over a little bit and take advantage of me. But, it's one of those things where I've outgrown this little 2-car garage. and it needs to happen at this point, you know, for growth and for a lot of other reasons.
But
We're all waiting for
stay
it.
tuned, man. Maybe in 2026, old Chad Zilla will give you guys some write-off tips.
Its own category. Yeah.
Accounting by Chad.
I learned from some people. Learned a few things.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm gonna tap in on that.
Yeah. Y'all tap
I'm already
in.
sending you a message right now.
We know who's doing our taxes this year.
That's it. Yeah. Let me do the Skunkwerks taxes.
Yeah, the Skunkwerks taxes, the website redesign,
Lamborghini in the driveway.
Hey, they always say the trick is tax invasion. That's what they say.
Yeah.
They can't take taxes if you don't pay them.
It's only a problem until you get caught.
It's on. Yeah. Put that on camera. God damn. No.
Yeah, we're all getting audited now.
Currently,
sir. What are you doing?
So I got a question for you, Travis.
Yeah.
So and you talked about like trying to hit the world the record and getting really, really close.
Yeah.
Were there any, aside from weight and like not wanting to commit to a full race car, were there any other issues or like major setbacks along the way that kind of either challenged you or had you maybe thinking this might not be the year? Or
no. So I mean, originally stock turbos, I knew I wasn't gunning for the overall record, right? And I went out, and everybody knows I broke 4 driver side rear axles and 1 passenger. They call me axle snapping Torrens or whatever, and it's funny because I've snapped so many axles in all my builds. The first time I broke one in the Explorer, my wife, I came home, I had a broken axle. She's like, "In what car?" You know, because I've done it in like all my cars. I was like, I'm really good at doing breaking axles for whatever reason in cars. Like I'm notorious for it. All my buddies and stuff know me for that, and so eventually I got tired of doing that. And dude, I mean, one night I went to the track, I loaded up on trans brake, first rip, broke passenger side axle. Within an hour, I was back on the track, you know, because I've gotten so efficient. I was running to the house, running back, replacing the axle all within an hour.
Wow.
And we've gotten so efficient. I did 2 more runs and I left. And then we went and put in the 10R80 into the car from the PIU. And I was like, cool, you know, we got upgraded axles, a 10R80. We're about to go real fast. We're going to break something. Exactly what I said to my buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I went and did 1 pass, and I didn't fully load up on the trans brake. Like the converter wasn't locking up.
Mm-hmm.
And the car kind of felt off. And I was like, but, you know, and back then I'm being crazy, whatever. Went lined up again, fully loaded up on the trans brake, and we turned it up. We were leaving at like, oh man, it was like 20, almost 23 PSI, I think, off the trans brake is what we were leaving at. And we were originally leaving at like 1920.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had another 3 PSI. We upped it to like 3,000 launch, and right off the line, I broke something. And I immediately thought it was a DSS axle. There's no fucking way I just broke 1,000 horsepower axle. and like the Explorer wouldn't move, but it would go into gear and whatnot. And so like they were doing a 6.0 index for a bunch of race trucks. So the track was prepped really fucking sticky. Like I got out, both my fucking shoes came right off. I'm like, God damn. You know, and then there's like 5 of us guys trying to push the Explorer, but it has 325, 45s on all 4 corners. And with that much contact patch, we couldn't get it to budge. So we had to bring out the roller dollies and roll it off the track. And at the time, there was no fluid, there was no axle grease. Both my axles were intact. And we're like, man, what the heck? So I thought, hey, maybe I blew up my converter in my transmission or something, because there was a little bit of trans fluid kind of sweating from the outside, like just a tiny bit, you know, nothing crazy, like from the overfill.
Mm-hmm.
And so we towed it back to the house. And the next day, we're getting under it. And that's actually when I found out that this was my drive shaft. So, you know, we upgraded the axles and we upgraded the transmission. Well, this, you know, obviously sits between them. So we turned my drive shaft into an absolute pretzel. And at that point, it knocked a small hole in my floor. And I was like, man, there's got to be a better option, right? Nobody makes them. And we have a really odd style design on the Explorer for our differential. The back end is a male that sticks out of the differential, and so you have to have a female that slips onto it that's splined. This really like alien looking design. Like where
that is weird.
Like I went to 4 local places here in Houston that specialize in drive shafts, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "It's a fucking drive shaft." You know, like I was like, "Can you make me something that's gonna not break on me?" And nobody did. DSS reached out to me, and DSS was like, they seemed very promising, right? They're like, "Hey, yeah, we can get you taken care of." I'm like, "Sweet." You know, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by. And they called me and like, hey, fill out this form. Sweet, fill out the form. 2 weeks later, they call me back. Hey, can't do anything for you. We're not really interested. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that sucks. But luckily, there's an awesome family-owned company called Gulf Coast Drive Shafts.
Okay.
Phenomenal to work with, dude. Within a month of me breaking mine, they had a one-piece carbon fiber drive shaft in my hand. Also, big shout out to Adam from ZFG. He's the one that kind of helped put that together, and they were working on it. And they special designed the end yoke to flip the fit onto the rear differential and everything. And dude, I mean, out the gate, the car feels completely different. We're now getting power to the rear wheels. It feels like a giant Mustang. Like the rear end just gets happy. It gets instant power. It's almost insane how good it feels because you're like, this is how it really should have felt from the factory, and not that lag because you kind of get that slop having that 2-piece drive shaft.
Yeah.
And I know there's going to be a lot of guys that are in here that own modern cars and they're like, oh, my granddaddy had a 1-piece drive shaft in my 70 Caprice or whatever, you know. But I mean, it's the truth. You get rid of a lot of parasitic losses and stuff when you go over to a 1-piece. And on top of that, we dropped, I think it was 5 or 6 pounds overall in the drive shaft in general. So you got less rotational mass and whatnot. So, and then after that, I just decided, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and take it down, and we're gonna go all out. So originally, I was gonna build my own motor for the Explorer. So I went down the whole eBay thing, like Corey did here, and I found out how eBay works. So they used to, when you put in a bid or an offer, not a bid, an offer, they accept the offer and then you pay it, or you can decline it. Well, now if you put in an offer and they accept the offer, you buy it. You buy it. That's your motor now. And so I found that out the hard way, which is why I have so many motors in my garage now. But no, yeah. And so like I had rods, pistons, everything. I was like, okay, I'm gonna build this. I'm talking to the machine shop. I'm running numbers, and then EMS were like, hey, we have one that's hot and ready to go. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, let me hear the specs. They gave me the spec sheet, and then I'm like, you know what? That sounds awesome. I'll give it a try. There's one thing that I'm kind of like hesitant on about this motor, but it's already in the car. We're going to push it until it breaks. You know, it doesn't have a crank support, and these cars are notorious for throwing the crank out of them. Really, the crank starts to get loose after a while and whatnot. But the motor that's in here, it's got 10-to-1 compression, so it's up in compression. It's got I-beam rods. The heads are O-ring to handle more boost. It's got the Kelford valve spring. So there's a lot of like goodies that went into the motor. And the heads are pocket ported and whatnot, so I think it's going to make some jam. The current world record Explorer is on a 9-to-1 compression ratio still, so with what we got going on with it and the up compression and stuff, I think we easily have the record in the pocket.
Man, look,
try not to get too ahead of myself, but I think we're going to sneeze out a 9
again. We manifesting the fuck out of this shit. World record holder.
So random fun fact. When the Explorer first blew the motor, mine, I reached out to EMS and I was talking to them about that same specific motor.
He almost bought that thing motor. Yeah.
Do you have regrets?
Yes and no. Because they couldn't tell me a lot of the questions that I like wanted answered.
Yeah.
Because they like just didn't know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad that
it's still a very new platform. I mean, there's I only know of like 3 or 4 built motors in general in the whole community. Oh, wow. I mean, and 3 of those out of the 4 are Adam from ZFG. There's only one other guy I know running an EMS motor. So it's all still new territory for everybody, really. So, because people are like, oh, what's the limitations of this motor? Like, I have no fucking idea, but we're going to find them. You know what I mean? Like, if anyone's going to find them, it's going to be me. I'm good at breaking shit, like.
Well, they need somebody who can break the platform. I know a guy.
I also know
who is no stranger to it.
To my left.
And he's got a great group of friends who will definitely talk sense into him and keep him from.
We'll definitely make the changes oil. Often. We'll definitely do that.
But yeah, when I talked to Travis a while ago and he mentioned that, I was like, what? That's crazy. Small world. Because
it's funny how many people have reached out saying that they were almost going to buy that motor. So it was one of those things where like when they told me what they wanted for it, and I was like, after I ran the numbers, like it's going to be about the same price for me to build my own. So I was like,
sure.
It speeds up the process of getting it back up and going with what we got going on with it and having a little bit more peace of mind. So
no, for sure.
That's what you and I kept going back and forth on too, Corey. Was like whether or not it'd be more or less to build it ourselves.
Or
And actually, like, it was between the shop here and EMS because those were like the two closest to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're close to EMS, so that's a good thing, dude.
So I actually was like going to send the Explorer up to EMS and have them go through the motor or whatever, but like they couldn't really tell me anything. And at the time, I was like, man, well, do I really want to have my vehicle towed all the way up there just to get some numbers? No, let me reach out locally and see what I can. That's why I ended up kind of going a different direction. On top of the fact that like the person that I talked to really couldn't give me a lot of information like I was trying to ask. Because she couldn't tell me numbers and stuff like that.
I got in contact with the same lady, and they have 2 engine builders. And it's funny because like when I was inspecting the new motor and looking at everything, there was a little Joker, like somebody drew the Joker on there and put ha ha ha. And I was like, what's so funny? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was like, this is gonna blow up when I first put it in or what? And so I reached out to him. I was like, you know, what's up with this? And then they're like, oh, like we have 2 engine builders. One goes by Batman, and one goes by Joker.
Let's go.
So I don't know who the Joker is, but if you're listening from EMS, we're gonna find out how well you can build a motor. I'll tell you that
right.
We'll find out who the joke's on.
Joke's on you.
You need to talk to him because I have questions.
I'm Batman. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Batman can build one. I've seen Batmobiles. So.
He just might stew over the motor. He's just sitting there fucking stewing. Motor.
Wait, what's your headband say? See what I'm saying? He might be the Joker.
Oh, right.
God dang. That's a weird sign right there.
It's me all along, boys. I'm moonlight as an engine builder.
Let me find out Chad's out here building motors for EMS on the side.
Let us find out Chad's building motors for EMS on the side.
Right. Corey's like, what the fuck, man?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Help me.
Stay out of my garage. Stay out of my garage. Don't come in my garage. Stay out
oh, man.
Well, not to like veer off too much, but I know we talked about the Explorer or whatever, but like and the shop, but what's been going on with HSF throughout the year? Like what products have y'all brought out? Like any big events you've been to, things like that?
Honestly, I'm not a super huge event person. This next year I would like to start. I told the wife, I was like, I'd like to travel a little bit more, go to a little bit more events, become familiar with the community outside of Houston, right? Because I go to the track here a lot. I'm pretty well versed here. I know a lot of people around here, but like I don't really go outside my bubble much.
Street car Charlotte,
probably a little bit, yeah. And I find myself when I go to car shows, I get bored. Right, like I like being at the track. I like, you know, all that stuff. Like one of my favorite events to go to is Import Face Off, dude. Like I love those things. There's drifting, there's there's a car show, there's limbo, there's rev offs, there's 8th mile racing, like anything that you can, if you're bored at one of those events, you don't belong around cars, right? Like there's plenty to do and plenty to keep you entertained. And so this year I would like to start going to a little bit more of those. We broke out and we've made a couple more stuff this year. We had to get a new welder, so that's something I'm not really going to publicly talk about because I think Corey and some other people know. It was kind of a bad experience for me. I'm a pretty open and trusting person, but it kind of hurt me, dude. Like it kind of like made me like slow down. Like, okay, who am I letting in my company? Who am I letting around my family? Who am I letting in my business? Right. Yeah. Because it was something I didn't expect, but all the signs were there, and I ignored them like an idiot. And we'll just keep it at that. But I got a new welder. He's great. He's well known with some aluminum strut bars. It turned out great, and then we've also broke into. Let me get it real quick.
Yes, I remember.
I was wondering like what that was.
The house is on fire. I gotta go real quick. As soon as he mentioned it, it stopped. I got a new helper. Y'all didn't meet this. His name's Tugboat. He's over here chilling.
Oh man,
he's young and ambitious, and quick learner. So he's fun to be around.
Nice.
But our most recent product is our HSF rear sway bars. This is one of the ones that we make in Illusion Purple, and we got a lot of pushback, right? Because AFE and STI to make a bar, and they're like, why is HSF now getting into the rank? And it was one of those things. Is I told people, I was like, I have all these trophies up here from the oval track with the Explorer, to the point of where I was having $500 bounties put on my head. Mustangs, Vets, couldn't catch the Explorer 3 laps around the track. And that's when we came up in the development with the sway bar and the strut bar, was to tighten up the chassis, get rid of understeer, get rid of oversteer, make the car do what we wanted it to do, not feel like a 3-row SUV. And so our bars, they are not solid. They're actually hollow, and they weigh half of what the competition weight weighs. And so people are like, oh, so they're worse. And I'm like, well, there's a lot more that goes into it, but besides just bulk, right? And then of course, everybody on Facebook turns into an engineer at that point, right? They know better. They know what's going on. They were there for the testing and the data that we pulled off doing all this, and and so we've gotten some pushback. There's a lot of new guys coming into the community. The platform's getting cheaper, so you get some assholes that come in because of that. And then you got the people that just get on Facebook that don't want to mod or anything. They just want to talk shit and stir the pot, which is cool. It happens. But we're still pushing a lot of development. We got a really big thing in the works. This initial kit that we are making, I'm trying to dance around really fucking saying it right now, but it's probably going to be a one-off kit until we redesign it, because I realize that there's certain aspects of this kit that might not appeal to everybody. On top of that, we've been pushing into some other platforms. Like, we're going to grow into the Bronco Sport, the Broncos. My sales guy just picked up a Mustang GT 350, so we're going to start growing into Mustangs a little bit here soon.
Okay.
Just to diversify our portfolio a little bit. We love the Explorer platform, and it keeps us busy enough, so it is kind of a tricky thing to grow. So I want to grow, but I don't want to grow too fast and get out from underneath me. But,
right.
So it's tricky, but we're managing, and like I said, nobody writes a book on how to run a business, and I'm figuring out step by step, day by day,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. No. Trial and error, man. But no, sounds great, man. You got a good plan going forward, and
So I have some good friends. I got a good buddy, Ryan, that really truly pushes me in the right direction, helps me stay on path. Dude, like the other day when we were getting this motor in, he showed up 7 o'clock in the morning ready just to get his hands dirty and help me out.
See,
like
that's the people you need around.
A good friend, Pancho. Hey, Corey's looking at you when he said it. He's like,
yeah. I'll push him. Where he gets pushed is. Hey, I helped get him in the ST to start with, so
there you go. You push him in the right direction.
I'm gonna...
and then so with all the big achievements and stuff that we're going for this year, again, my wife has been super supportive. Actually, she was like, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be you. She's like, go do it. She's like, I know you can do it. And so it's great because my friends have been that way. And it's good to have that good support, like it's truly like making me want to cry. I'm not going to be a softie on camera, but like, I have some good support behind me of people that believe in me and push me to do what I want to do with the platform. So
nice.
You got our full support.
You gotta have a good circle, man.
Her ears are burning. She's out here staring at me now. No, she brought me a Capri Sun actually. So
there we go.
I'm jealous.
Oh, you texted her to bring you a Capri Sun?
I said, hey, we thirsty.
I thought she was being loving the whole time. He could have kept that from me. I would have been like,
what flavor?
Nah, I couldn't get in. The door was locked.
The fruit punch.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. We out here.
Classic.
Yeah, all I texted was, we thirsty.
I had a Capri Sun. It's fucking phenomenal.
We're out here building Explorers and drinking Capri Suns.
That's all you need.
If you ever run spray, then you know what needs to go in the bottle.
I expect to see a Capri Sun in the next video.
Dude, hey, one of the cool things though that I've enjoyed this year is I've actually flown out to a couple places, like help build Explorers. West Virginia was a really cool place I got to go visit, and dude, we spent 2 days solid working on this car, axles, fuel system, like all the big stuff, intercooler, downpipes, exhaust. Like we built a 2025 from scratch, and so I've had a lot of people fly out or even like ship their cars down here for me to build them, which is is truly an honor to be able to like have people trust me that much with a car. No, but the one thing is I gotta say about the freight companies, dude. Motherfucker, freight companies piss me off, dude. So like when you order something from Amazon, like a $5 product, right? You know exactly where it's at every stop, every 5 minutes they're gonna be here. $60,000 SUV on a like, hey, we don't know where the driver is. He's not contacting us. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know where that car is at, dude? Like
he's somewhere between Alabama and California.
Dude, it's wild to me. I'm like, I feel like it should be the opposite. Like, I don't care where my markers are from Amazon. I want to know where my car's at, dude. Like,
yes, sir.
Yeah, because they were like, hey, we're going to come pick up the car. I'm like, you haven't even dropped it off. What do you mean you're going to come pick it up? And they're like, oh, what? And I'm like, yeah, work something out, dude. Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm contacting the owner, and he's like, let me find out. And he was pretty chill with it, which I was surprised,
Yeah. That'd have been freaking out.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
You know
I was
those
freaking out for him.
companies
I'm like, I'm not getting tied up in this, you know.
That car's on its way somewhere to like Senegal.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
It's
Some
already
overseas.
stripped, brother.
Yeah,
Hey, that Ford tracking app better come in handy then.
yeah, for sure. Golly.
All right.
Well, all right, man. I think it's time, boys.
Think so.
I think it's announcement time. We're trying to keep Travis under wraps for the episode,
Yeah.
man, but big announcement coming to y'all. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
Dun,
All right.
dun.
I got it.
We need like dramatic.
All right, so yeah, what you got? What you got?
All right. Huh? No, I don't want to show my belly on camera.
Oh man.
All right, so with that being said, you know, and like I said, we're going for the record. I've learned a lot of things from watching others on the platform, such as the current record holder Matt and Kathy. Some other guys have gone past, like I said, by pulling weight and whatnot. CRP is the leader in turbos for this platform. However, tariffs have hit them so hard they're not shipping to the States.
Oh shit.
And even then, right now, the stage sixes, Matt and Kathy are out of turbo practically. They have very little room to go, if any at all. And so I'm like, okay, so we're running into a turbo issue. We need bigger turbos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Enter KC Turbos actually just a couple days ago announced that they're getting their hands into the rink in the Explorer world. And the owner of them reached out to me, and he's actually running our HSF intake on his, and they're coming up with turbos. However, they're equivalent, if not a little bit better than the stage fives. And when I was on the phone with the owner, I was like, you know, they have a stage six, right, from CRP. He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, well, crap. But they're full, they're like full frame turbos that are going in place in a factory location, which I respect them for doing that. But I'm at the end of the day, it's not good enough for me. So I was like, you know, we're gonna come up with our own little thing, and this is the first time I'm showing it. Let me find out how to flip my dang camera around. So this is our HSF twin turbo kit that we're coming up. Now, could I have 50 turbos in the factory? Maybe, right? But like, I was like, if I'm gonna go through all the trouble, I want to show these bad boys off. I want to do something epic, kind of like I did with my Focus, you know. But the Focus was never meant to break any records. So there's been a lot more thought that went into this, and these are actually small frame turbos. So these are twin 2867s, and they're from Pulsar, so they are a Garrett replica. However, I truly believe that most things like this are made in China and then just rebranded.
Mhm.
I actually run a Pulsar turbo on my Focus, and it's been great for years without even a blow off valve. So it's fluttering, and I could fuck up the shaft like everybody says, but it's been great to me. I've blown up a motor on that turbo and kept that turbo going, so they're pretty stout. Each of these turbos is rated for 550 horsepower, and so like I put in a lot of thought into this because a lot of people don't do math, right? They're like, oh, big single, you just throw the biggest turbo you can find at the car, and I'm like, that's not the way to do it. Each turbo has a rating as far as like, without getting too technical on you guys, like a liter displacement and what that efficiency range of that turbo is. And so we ended up sizing these, and these are on the large size, right? But if you split it in half, it's a V6, it's a 3 liter. So each bank is good for 1.5 output. And these are twin scroll ball bearing turbos, so they're going to spool up quick. We got log manifolds. We got external wastegates from Tile 44 millimeter wastegates to help vent a lot of that boost off. It's gonna be crazy. We're going full hood exit, the whole 9 yards. We're gonna be intimidating.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. I'm not running full exhaust, which I hate because I love thermal so much, and I truly wanted them to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, again, I'm going for weight savings as well because I'm going for a record, and that's easy way to cut off 50 plus pounds right there. Just cut the exhaust off. And then the intimidation factor, right? I want to shoot flames out the hood. I want to do all the nasty things I did with the Prelude and stuff. And you know, the car looks the part with the wide body and stuff. And I just wanted, you know, we'll go over here, and it's on jack stands, but you know, she's a wide, thick girl. Yeah. I mean, she looked the part, and she did a lot of people dirty on the stock turbos. But it was one of those things where, like, you know, we want to take it to the next level. And I was really, truly hoping that a company would come out with a top kit. But we're still a really niche market. And a lot of people don't want to relocate their turbos like this. So that's why we're on the verge of, should we release this kit or should it be a one-off kit and we build another one that works with a full exhaust? Because we don't know how many people are going to want to do hood exit. I think that's 99% of people probably aren't. Let's be for real. They're family cars, family SUVs.
Yeah.
And I said in one of my videos, I said, we're doing shit in an Explorer that we shouldn't be doing, or in a family SUV that we shouldn't be doing. And the quote stuck, and I ended up putting them on our sway bars, our strut bars. So here's the quote. It's probably backwards, huh?
Oh yeah, no, it's good.
No, it's right.
That's perfect. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
and so I
nice.
ended up putting those on the bottom of our aluminum strut bars because we double plated those to add some rigidity into them. But I mean, that's really all I got for right now. And I've worked with Adam as well. We're doing all quick connect for the coolant lines, the oil drain line. So it's all that new. I forget what they call those connector styles.
Oh yeah,
yeah, correct. Yeah, like Mishimoto and all those guys are leading into that.
Yeah.
And it's like SPC or SCP,
something,
something like that. But it's new, like it's all new into the. So I am a little worried about it, but I've heard really good things about it, and it's not. I think it's like Pro Spec or something, but it's not cheap lines, but they're quality, and I like the aspect of being able to quickly remove lines and stuff. And so these turbos are capable of 1,100 horsepower. And I was like, well, if that's not enough, I have some twin 3071s over there, which are capable of 1,300. So the thing that when I was building this kit, I wanted to use either turbo, right? But I didn't want to change up the whole header. So both these turbos are so close in size that the only part that changes is actually the inlet. So everything else would bolt right up. So we've kept that in mind of where we place these turbos and everything to make sure that they fit with everything. And so we could technically do a trackside turbo swap and have it running on the bigger turbos within an hour, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, how is the header designed exactly? Because I if I'm correct, isn't like the header and the stock turbo like kind of like all one piece sort of?
Correct. Yeah, we have what is called a headifold. So I got this mode over here on the stand, or on this pallet. I can show you guys. So our turbo bolts right up to here. This is the only single exhaust exit on this side for this head. And so all three ports flow out of this one. It's what they call a headifold.
Okay.
That's how the early B58s were.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, like a lot of manufacturers are moving over to that, and I don't know if it's packaging, getting them into these smaller platforms, things like that. But it's weird too, because like you look at the Fiesta ST, the 1.6, it has a 4-port head. Then you go to the Focus ST, a 2-liter, has a headifold. The 2.3 headifold. The 2.7 headifold. The 3.0 headifold. But 3.5 back to a actual manifold style. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know why Ford did it. Like I said, maybe it's a packaging thing. But then you go to the Fiesta, and I'm like, the Fiesta has a 4-port head. So it's like I feel like I don't know what Ford's doing. They're just like, hey, we're just gonna play a lottery system of what motors get these actual heads.
I remember BMW doing it. I remember it was for the Z or the Supra when they first did it. They were saying that it had something to do with like the thermal efficiency of having all of it trapped inside the head first and helping the turbo actually quick. So that might be part of it, but also again, like you said, there's no rhyme or reason to what goes into what.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we're like, okay, we got to deal with what we have, and so I'm hoping that it doesn't sound like shit with a hood exit, but we'll see. It's kind of hard to make a car sound like shit with a hood exit, but we don't know. We'll find out.
The key is to make it so loud you can't hear what it sounds like.
Oh, exactly, 100%. Yeah.
I just want to pull up to my daughter's school with like twin exits in the hood. Man.
That's the JT approach to exhaust.
Just establish dominance in the pickup line.
I'm just working to see it shooting flames out.
Yeah. That's
I mean, so the goal is to have it running by the first of the year.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, like we got like what, a week left or something, but like we're pushing. We got Circle D here in Houston. They were involved. They built me a custom converter, 3800 stall, a billet straighter. Like they did a bunch of stuff in there. I don't even know what that is because I'm not gonna pretend I know converters for you guys. But I dropped it off. I told them the plans, the goals, and they're like, "Hey, we got you. We're gonna build you something that's gonna hold up for you." So I'm like, "Good." That's what we're looking for. So they did 3800 stall. And we'll see what happens,
Hell yeah. No, dude.
Hopefully we don't blow a diff out our first pass. But
we still manifesting.
Yeah.
We running.
I'm manifesting that we're gonna hit an iron off the first rip. So we'll see.
Or an axle.
Nah.
That's it. We'll get to the point, become full circle.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So, man, please keep us posted, man. And
Yeah.
we are hyped. I'm hyped for you, dude. That's super
It's
exciting.
it's been so hard because I've had so much of the community, like, because I announced that I was doing something. I've had so much of the community reach out, like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm normally not secretive. I'm pretty open about what I do to my car, but I was like, I want it to be a surprise because like nobody's done this yet. There's been okay. What got me started in the Explorer was actually Kevin's Blue Explorer, which Brett from FinFab built that car, and it was a twin turbo car. It made like 770 horsepower on the dyno, like, but the turbos were too big. The design of it wasn't that great, so. I've taken a lot from experts on building turbo kits and whatnot to manufacture this kit, to build it the way that we did it. Equal length runners, equal length headers. I mean, you name it. Putting the wastegates at a 45-degree angle, like everything you could think of. Like, we've put a lot of thought and consideration in, to the point like where you can tell these are not mirrored turbos. They're actually same, and that's for another reason is if we blow a turbo, we don't want to search for a mirrored turbo because like having a mirrored turbo setup is expensive.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to keep costs down as well, which is also why we're using the Pulsar turbos. Is they are on the cheaper side, but they are really stout. And actually, Pulsar offers a 3-year warranty with all their turbos, which I love because a lot of turbo manufacturers don't do that. They're like, no, 6 month, 1 month, or yeah, you bought it, that's your warranty. Like, so. Yeah. So they've been great to work with. I've used them for a lot of my builds, and I've always had really good luck with them. The one thing is that I did is my Focus. If you've ever heard my Focus, you know it screams. It's got the TR51 mod, which makes the turbos whistle. Both of these turbos have the TR51 mod on it. So again, I want it to be loud. I want the presence to be there. I want it to sound like a goddamn fighter jet coming down the road at you. Like I want people to know like it's coming. So. But it's been really, really hard not to share it with everybody, man. Because like I'm one of those people. I love sharing all the information. I love cars, and I was doing all the cool shit.
I didn't even tell them for the longest.
yeah. I sent a picture to Sancho. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Like I like dropped a hint, but I didn't really go into detail.
Yeah. My jaw dropped for a bit. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, so like, there's another thing is again, there's been 2 other big singles on the market. This is the second twin on the market, as far as like hitting the streets, and so it's going to take a while to dial in too. Adam's even told me that, just because it hasn't been done. It's new territory, but I think it's pushing the platform in the right direction to hopefully where we have some bigger guys that, are more about this than even me. Yeah, that could potentially get their hats in the rings. It'd be sick, So it's growing. Hopefully in the right direction. We'll see.
So it. I know you said you wanted to do some revisions to it. Is it still something you do plan on releasing out to the public, or kind of just change paths on that a little bit and just?
Yeah, so it's gonna be one of those things. Like with all my products, I try out for months. I dial in weeks. I make sure that it's good, solid. And because I don't want to release a half finished product. I don't want to release a half-assed product or an untested product, right? Like I don't want my customers, my friends, whoever. I don't want them to be the testers, right? We're the testers. We got our test car. We blow it up. We hurt it. We break it. That's on us, right? I don't want customers doing that. So it's gonna be one of those things we thoroughly test. However, it's a kit that I've said because people have struggled to install my intake. They've struggled to install strut bars, and I'm like, is this something that we only install here at HSF? Like, you have to come to us for us to install it, because I don't need a bunch of emails of people saying, "Oh man, this isn't fitting," or "I'm not doing this," because it's a lot of custom work that goes into it. Fit, finish, and then knowing how is a big part of it. There's a lot of weekend renters that might be in over their head that want to buy the kit, and then they buy it and they're like, "What the heck am I even doing?"
Are they just cutting the mold in half?
yeah. They'll start cutting stuff up, hacking stuff up, and like, it's not fitting. It's like, well, you weren't supposed to cut it, and that's part of the growing pains. Is I've ran into a lot of customers like that. I love every single one of them, but sometimes it becomes a headache.
Yeah, for sure. Just a little patience, gang.
Yeah,
just a smidge. A little patience for 2026.
It's still wild that I was the voice of reason that day.
Which is saying
it throws me off still.
A lot.
He really was. Matter of fact, what was that, JT? You said that the next time you're in Houston, you're gonna run Travis.
And what? My Jetta?
He said, "Give me a quarter-mile head start."
I mean, if you really want to line them up, I ain't scared. I'll line them up.
I'll run you in the pink wrap.
Just
Yeah, you gonna let the Raptor beat you?
Listen,
He said, "Let."
I will pull a Jesse from Fast and Furious. I ain't stopping. Don't expect me to come back because I'm not trying to hear what people say.
Hey, no
With no
brakes, all
brakes up
gas.
front.
Just like Jesse, he didn't have them brakes hooked up.
He couldn't stop even if he wanted to.
I'm not turning back around just to have to hear what everybody has to say to me.
He's actually in Mexico at that point.
Hey, no, that happens. I'm driving my happy ass right up the road straight to Dallas and Fort Worth, and I'm like, look, I'm where I belong. I'm staying up here.
Not to get off too much, but what are you doing as far as tuning goes? Or have you gotten that far yet?
So yeah, correct. So like on my previous car, the back pedal a little bit, we had the stage 2 Nostrum kit. We were at the efficiency range of that stage 2 kit on straight 85. So Nostrum has actually just released their Goliath pump. So the original high pressure fuel pump was 47% over factory. This new high pressure fuel pump is 60% over factory. And then we got the stage 3 injectors, which are 96% over factory. So we should have plenty of fueling. We're still going to rock Adam from ZFG. He's the GOAT. He's the one that's been on the platform the longest. And I'd even like to say he's a good buddy. You know, I talk to him almost daily. I like the guy. I respect the guy. I think I'm still like the only Explorer guy that's met him in person. He's much taller in person than I thought, by the way. He's about my height, which I was like kind of surprised by because I don't know what, for whatever reason, I think, you know, Tuner, like a little computer nerd or something, you know, like behind the keyboard. But you know, he's a nice guy. He's great and he's very knowledgeable. However, there is some things where I'm like, shut up, nerd. Like I'm gonna do it my way, kind of thing. You know, like that I ran into him with, and like I know he hates that I do that because I'm naturally hard headed. You know, that's just how I am. I'm gonna do it the way I want it. You can tell me a million ways you want to do it this way. I'm like, I'm still gonna do what I want to do on it. You know. So we've butted heads a couple times. All friendly fire, yeah.
That's what's up. That's a good relationship, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Heck yeah.
Shout out to Adam and ZFG, man.
Yeah. No, he's been amazing to work with. Great guy, super down to earth, really relatable. You know, family guy. So.
Oh yeah.
I just saw a post on one of the Explorer pages the other day. Like, is there any way to like speed up this process? I'm like, no, dude. Wait.
Dude.
Wait your turn, buddy.
I do have one more question about the turbo kit before we move on. And this is not necessarily just for your turbo kit, but also for anyone out there within SC who's looking to maybe go and upgrade turbo route. What are some of the supporting mods that you recommend someone get before they even think about upgrading that turbo?
Transmission is the biggest thing. So I tell people this platform's amazing, but like every platform, it has its limits, right? And so you got people like Corey and other guys that are like, fuck mod bug. They'll throw all the bolt-ons at it. And truth be told, you could blow up the transmission on full bolt-on. You could blow up the motor on full bolt-on. Obviously, he knows, not even full bolt-on, but you check your oil. You know what I mean? Like,
am I a joke to you?
so there's a lot of that too. But like, there's a lot of people that never had a fast car, never done this. And so I respect it. And they, you know, they'll reach out to me like, you know, maintenance. And so there's probably a video I need to put out of like, hey, you need to maintain some things. You know, like I said, before anybody brings me their car for tuning, I'm like, hey, have you checked trans fluid? Have you checked your oil? You know, like, have you changed your diff fluids? How many miles you got? Like, I want to go through all that because last thing I want to do is be tuning a car and it blow a diff, blow a turbo, whatever, you know. And sometimes shit happens, you know. Everything's man made. You know, sometimes the computers fuck up, whatever, tuner, hardware. But I mean, yeah. So like, if you're thinking about going this far, I'm gonna highly suggest built motor, built trans. Off the rip, could you get away with it? So hypothetically, this should be better for the bottom end because the power is coming in later and not so sudden. However, you could easily find the limit of the block. But if you look at like Steven, big single, he made 860 something horsepower off of a big single. Has he ran any times? Fuck no. So we don't even know if it's like actual like fast, right? But it made a ton of power on the dyno stock block, you know, stock long block. So we're like, you know, these things are stout and how long will it hold up? We don't know. You know, I don't even know if he's on the original motor anymore. Like I don't talk to that guy like that. I maybe shared a few words with him. We know Austin Puckett, blue motor, and now he's trying to sell it. So he was the other one with the big single. That was going to be a truly nasty build if he would have like stuck with it. But it gets pricey, man. Like I tell everyone, I was like, Once you get to that point of full bolt on, and you want to go to the next level, turbos, whatever, like it gets expensive because then you got to think trans, and if you don't know how to do the trans, I mean, you could pick one up from an RSA for a little under $4,000, but then you got to have it installed, so you're probably spending another $2 to $3,000. So you're probably about $7,000 to $8,000 out the door for a built trans. Yeah, and then now you got to be worried about your motor, you know. And again, since these things have stone cranks, I've seen people with built trans stock blocks blow their motor, and the crank walks, and then it fucks up the trans bell housing and all that stuff too. So you know, it's just one of those dangerous games you play. It's a slippery slope. No one you're comfortable, and no one to stop. And just because you build something doesn't mean it's bulletproof. You know, I try to tell that and express that to everybody because there's a lot of new guys that come in there and never modded a car, like I said. And I'm like, just because you spent the money to upgrade it doesn't mean it can't fail too, just like an OEM part. So you got to have the money to at least spin it twice.
Yes.
Corey knows this with 3 motors, so. Right, man.
I'm gonna make Corey a nice sticker. Check your oil.
Check your oil sticker. I'm gonna start selling them on my website.
Check your oil. You check your oil. You check it often.
Corey. It's gonna be like a quote.
So you just mentioned like built trans and stuff like that. Do you have like a suggestion or preference like over like the 10R80 versus 60? I mean, I know that it's obviously can handle more torque, but is it needed?
So, I mean, a lot of people, and I tell people, I was like, it depends on how far you want to go. The cheapest route is to build your 10R60. And I mean, like, even look at Matt and Kathy, they're now going to a 10R80, but initially they had a stage 1 10R60, which is just a clutch pack in the 10R60, and it's got them to 1010, you know. But they said they're starting to run into a little bit of issues, but that happens when you're that many passes, that many laps, that much power, you know. So I think in the long run, I think the 10R80 is going to be the move to go as far as longevity, right? Because hypothetically, they're good for 800 foot-pound of torque. We see a lot of people pushing to 1,000 horsepower in the Mustangs. It's a little bit of a different. It's the same, but it's like different bell housings and stuff, right? But you throw a clutch pack into here, hypothetically, it's bulletproof. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's worthwhile. It is a little bit more expensive, and you have to make sure, like I stated in my video where I showed that we did the swap, you have to have a very specific 10R80 because finds out there's like 3 or 4 different ones, and they all come with different converters.
I know.
Dude, I didn't know either until I started really doing my research. I'm like, this is crazy. And then you got to use the 10R60 valve body in it, the parking pawl. So there's certain parts you got to rob from your 10R60 to make it work. However, I will say it's worthwhile because like when we were initially data logging with it, it was shifting in 150 milliseconds in between each shift. It was shifting fast. Like we were like, what the fuck? Like this thing is retarded fast, like just crisp through every gear. So I think it's going to be beneficial. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of the Explorer community move to the 10R80s. And I think it's going to really help push the platform in the right direction.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Yeah. But again, nothing wrong with doing 10R60. It's a budget friendly thing, you know. If you're looking at apples to oranges, so you know,
I'm sure that somebody was wondering aside from reading a couple like Facebook posts. Yeah,
and I tell everybody, I was like, it's not cheaper to go 10R80. It possibly could if you find the right deal. Like I found my 10R80 on eBay for $1,300. You know, and then you got to get it built, clutches, and then you got to have a place that knows what they're doing when they're assembling it. And for a built trans, get it built with clutches and everything, you're probably looking at like $2,000 to $4,000, just depending on where you go, reputable shop, and then install. So if you can't do it in your driveway, you got to take it somewhere. Then you're gonna spend another so you could come out paying $8-9,000 for a 10R80 swap at the end of the day.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that we talked about like before you even did all that, like you were potentially going to get like a PIU vehicle. Instead of doing
I thought about it so much, but like if you look at the Facebook groups, people hate on the PIUs, man. They they hate on it, like it's not an Explorer, it's not an Explorer ST, and like I understand it to a degree, and it was one of the points I was like, I don't want to push myself outside of the community by doing something that 90% of them aren't going to do, right? A lot of people have this. And Adams even told me, "Hey, get a PIU. Don't mess up your beautiful Explorer." And I'm like, "No, dude. Like, we're going all in with it. Screw it. It's my Explorer. It's my money. I'm gonna fuck it up if I want to fuck it up. Like, and I was like, and I feel like the people that watch my content and that support me and stuff, they've grown to fall in love with this car. And so I'm like, I got to see where it goes. I want to see how far we can push it. And I'm hoping we can truly set some records with it. You know, that's the goal, is just the hurt feeling,
Manifest.
set records, and push the record so far down where people can't hit it ever. You know, like
Let's go.
It's happening.
we want the crown, so we're going for it. You know.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's give them the any last or any closing comments from you before we hit you with our now mandatory rapid fire round for questions.
I would just like to shout out all the awesome customers, friends, and stuff I made along the way. I realized that HSF, me, Travis, the car, like, we wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for everybody watching the channel, supporting the webpage, helping us grow, watching the channel. Like, it's truly awesome. It's still weird to me, you know, when people are like, hey, I watch all your content and you're awesome, you're a celebrity, kind of like, it's weird to me. Like, I feel like an everyday guy. I put on my pants one day a leg, not to sound corny, you know, like everybody else.
You don't have people like holding them and you just jump into them.
Yeah. I'm not there yet, but maybe one day, you know what I mean? But, you know, yeah, but it's awesome, you know, and we're all along for a ride. And, you know, this year has been a big learning experience, business wise and whatnot. But, like, we've 3x from what we did the previous year. So we're just like, I'm trying to grow it in the right direction, but not let it get out from underneath me, like I stated before. Yeah. But I just thank you for everybody that supports me. I truly appreciate everyone.
Thank
truly.
you for coming on again, and appreciate you. And yeah, you know, you got our full support. So please.
Oh, dude, I love coming on here.
We love you, bro.
Great group of guys.
Yeah, I'm all right. Steve, get my pants ready. No,
Extra starch.
Yeah. I'm not wearing pants. That's why I didn't want them to face me. That's why I was like, I'll hold the camera. You know,
weight reduction right there.
I still haven't figured out how to put them on, but, you know, once I do, watch out, man.
I hired Steve from Catch My Drift. He's actually here.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Steve's here for the holidays.
Yeah.
My pants.
Who's going to start off this rapid fire?
I'll start us off. Let's go.
Oh shit!
All right.
Oh, he's ready.
Fast as you can go. GTD or ZR1?
GTD.
Hey, wow.
You know,
I'm a Ford guy, man. I mean, beautiful cars.
That's respect. I mean,
sometimes it's not about being fast. You know what I mean?
It's true. Yeah, I do
as long as he admits it's faster, I'll take that.
GTD. Like, GTD's got some cool shit going on.
It does.
That suspension is wild.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that baller status. You know, like, I wouldn't own a Mustang, but if I could afford a GTD and like it kind of fell in my lap kind of situation, yeah.
Absolutely. Sure. Nerd shit. I'd be in there. Let me explain to you about the suspension.
Oh, Dave. I know there's gonna be a lot of Chevy guys that are like, what the fuck is this idiot talking about?
No, that suspension is wild. Like that.
It is crazy.
Yeah. Picking a car for suspension's wild.
Tell that to the Curve Boys.
Go ahead, Corey. I got nothing yet. I was
old school preload or new school?
Oh shit! Ooh.
Old school, dude. You know what? That's one of the things that, like, I talked to my wife about, and she doesn't care. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, stop talking to me about this stuff. But, like, it truly pisses me off, dude. Like, it could have been something so great, but it still comes with 200 horsepower, and it's $50,000 fucking dollars. I was like, that's fucking criminal, dude. Like, I was like, you go get a 3-row SUV for that price. Like, what? Like, a 2-door car that can't carry nothing in the trunk. Can't fit nobody in the back seat. Makes 200 horsepower. Like, what the fuck are you smoking, man?
And the 0 to 60.
That's a good down payment on a fucking GTD. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That could pay for a tire.
Hey, man, I got dreams. All right, you know. But yeah, no, that was one thing when they announced it. I was like, because I had recently I sold my Prelude, you know, and it was to help kind of fund where I wanted to go with this. And honestly, it was kind of hanging me up because, like, it didn't ever run right for a while because I've been messing with it, and I'd put it on the back burner. I just let it sit here, and I'm like, it was doing me more mental damage to let it sit here than to one day work on it, you know. And it sucked to sell it. You know, I'm still a little salty about it, but at the end of the day, I'm happier. You know, it's one less thing to stress about, one less car, one less mouth to feed. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. You know, but I sold it to a guy. He's parting it out, and I'm like, you know, that's on you. So.
Damn.
It sucked to see, but
I thought we were gonna see it on the Houston streets somewhere.
nah, yeah.
You'll see parts of it on the Houston street.
Yeah, you'll see parts, so look out for any quick preludes running around, you know.
Okay. What about? I don't know. This is just totally out of left field. A revival of the Focus ST, but hybrid.
You got me there. You know, so Europe did get a Gen 4 of the Focus ST that we didn't get here in the States, which I'm still salty about.
Yeah.
You know, because it started coming with the 2.3. They were coming for the LSD from the factory. They actually look really nice. But you know, Ford says there's not a market for hatchbacks, and I think, you know, and there is, you know, I mean, there's a lot of again Golfs, GTIs, you know, Mazda Speed 3s were big back in the day, and that's all the Focus STs are, is because Ford and Mazda worked until, was it 2012 together?
Yeah,
And in 2013 we finally got the
13.
first like Turbo ST here, which is really just like an updated version of a Mazda Speed 3 in my opinion. They share a lot of the same parts. You can cross-reference a lot of parts between each other, but the 2.3 again had a 4-port head. Yeah, we got a fucking headafold, but you know, like, yeah, there's refinement in it, but I wouldn't want it to come back as a hybrid. I did see talks about that though, which I was kind of salty about. Them bringing back the Focus, but making it. So we'll see. You know, I'm open-minded, but I'm not a big hybrid person, man.
Same here.
I feel like it complicates cars.
It definitely does.
Too much. Like, yeah, I agree. Like, throw hybrid shit in
there. I do like that they're ditching the electric though. Like Ford's moving more towards hybrids than just full electric, which is cool.
No, that's a.
I mean, they should
Mach-E for life.
Hey man, those guys are wild, man. I follow some of those pages. Oh my god, something
I wouldn't even be mad about the Mach-E if they didn't call it a Mustang.
Yeah.
Call it anything.
Call it anything. Just call it a Mach-E at this point.
Yeah, Detroit Tesla.
You're fine. The Ford Mach-E.
Hey, I did see that there was in Michigan and in Colorado they spotted the Ford Everest. So they're saying that we could potentially get the Ford Everest here in the States.
Okay, I've been waiting for that for like.
But I did do some more research. It's actually on the Ranger platform, so it's on the Ranger chassis.
Yeah.
So it is a full it's a bit smaller than the Explorer because people are like, oh, it's going to kill the Explorer cells, but they're like, I think they're going to ditch the Edge and Escape. I think Ford's got the Edge and Escape and going to bring in the Everest in that spot. Yeah,
I'm not mad about that.
No, I think it's about time, you know.
Painted Paw Patrol colors.
But with that being said, the Ranger Raptor comes with a 3-liter, so we already know what it's going to be powered by most likely.
Yeah.
So, you know, HSF might pick one up if that's the case. But the wife says, I need a shot first, which I you know, I do need a shot first. So shot first, and then we'll think about it.
The shop truck for sure.
That's why I told her, I was like, hear me out, off-road build. She's like, shut the fuck up and get out of my house.
All right. Rank these 3 SUVs or fast SUVs from best to worst, or what you would pick first to last. Okay. So we're gonna go with ST just because it's mandatory. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Escalade V, Trackhawk.
From best to worst?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to say ST's on top. Mm-hmm. It's a fun platform. It's relatively inexpensive compared to both of those. You know what I mean? You're talking about $60,000 versus $90,000 to $120,000. Like Trackhawks are about $90,000 off the rip, and Escalade V's are about $120,000.
Yep.
I do respect both of them. At that point, I would pick the Trackhawk second. One, again, because of price, and 2, because of the least amount of problems. However, I got to keep in mind I'm in Houston. That shit would probably get stolen on my driveway. So I mean that's something to keep in mind. But like I do like them. I respect Trackhawks. And then the Escalade V, I like them, but they're big. They're big girls. Like I mean, like you know, a lot of people compare them. Like we're bigger than a Trackhawk, but we're definitely smaller than a fucking Escalade. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I even raced a Hennessy Escalade. It wasn't a V, but it was a Hennessy upgraded one. I had a Whipple on. It was pretty quick, you know. Like it kept up with my '93 tune, but still lost about half a car. But I mean, it's a big girl. Like moving like that.
You lose to half an Escalade, that might as well be a bus.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, those things are huge. Yeah, like you don't realize how big they are until you get up on them. Yeah. Yeah, you could swim in those things, dude.
Golly. Well, I'm all out of ammo, dude.
You bringing something to the table?
Nah.
He's been quiet.
He just,
Well, no, I mean that's
some type of way about his.
He couldn't even hit us with
no.
a Jetta
It's just
question.
it's just
Hey,
whenever
I insulted him right off the bat. My bad.
No,
You know, my bad.
I've accepted my slow Jetta car. I've known this. I've been around for that, but yeah.
The Jetta guys I know is cool because they like to do the OEM plus stuff. And it makes it really clean. They find all like the Euro spec stuff and whatnot. And I see a lot of them like coilovers, intake. Like they're not worried about fast, but like some nice ass rides rolling around.
And that's where JT does the OEM minus stuff. OEM minus exhaust.
Oh, that's like you said he'd be cutting off stuff. That's
the Sawzall is my best friend.
Yeah. Hey, active weight reduction, man.
Hey, exactly. See, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's just easier to hack something off than buy it and install.
That's what you say now.
Well, I don't have I don't have a fast car. Y'all have fast cars, so y'all have to do that whole buy something and put it on. I don't. I can just chop mine up.
I'm about to say, who got fast car?
I ain't got no fast car.
Y'all got faster cars than me.
That's fair.
Nah, we do all have
fast. I can push it right now.
Eco mode all the time. Yes,
all right. I don't know if anybody else got one, but coilovers or coils?
What?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm gonna say
suspension or just coil springs.
Oh, got you.
I'm sorry, Sancho.
Coilovers for sure. It's a lot easier to dial in. You can get the exact fitment you're looking for, no matter what wheel setup, and you can change the ride height. Sure, not on. Oh, I mean, they have some that are like active where you could fucking change on your phone, which is wild, but those are really expensive. And it's not bags, like it's like coilovers that have adjustable ride height on them, which is pretty crazy. But as far as like ride quality and stuff, coilovers for sure. But you're gonna spend 4 times the amount. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I find the problem with, like, especially the newer cars now with the adaptive fucking coilovers now. It's like such a pain in the ass to try to find like a good set of coilovers.
Yep, and then like the aftermarket companies come out and they're like $4,000 for a set of fucking shocks. You're like, God dang, that's as much as the car's worth now.
Looking at you, Henry.
Looking real good.
But no, I mean, if you're trying to go low, coilovers are going to ride better because a lot of them have adjustable dampening and stuff too, so you can make it soft, comfortable if you want. So.
See, that's where the saw comes into play. You just cut your springs. You ain't gonna worry about it.
God,
riding down the road like this.
Hey, there's like about 3 coils on this one, 2.5 on the other.
In that situation, you get a saw or a heat. It's either saw or heat. One of those 2 options will get you low, and you ain't got to spend any money. See?
Hacksaw. Old hacksaw.
You'd be like a Corvette and just need a bolt to go low. Some lower bolts.
So y'all keep JT away from the
JT just gonna remove the springs.
Yeah.
Don't even.
Well, the back
hey, I've seen some Volkswagen guys do that. They just put the hockey puck in there.
Yeah.
And ride around the hockey puck. I'm like, God dang! Like, my back hurts. I'm like, I wonder why.
Well, I mentioned it to Corey. I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I've been on the verge of saying, you know what, I'm just gonna cut my springs, be done with it.
He said it to me like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, dude, I'm not.
That was just today too.
I just want to be.
He's been messaging me the whole time talking about right now.
Anytime he pulls his car in my garage, he's like, "So let's just go ahead and cut these springs." No.
I feel like the next time we meet up, those springs gonna be cut.
They will not by me.
I don't see. I mean, might as well. It's not. I mean, it's good. It's just to look good. All it is lowering it to look good. I'm not gonna be fast.
It's just the springs.
Exactly.
Right.
No big deal. All right.
I can go to a junkyard and get more.
That's high school activity.
I never grew up.
Hey, I don't think we all did that.
No, definitely not.
You know, funny story is I was at the dentist the other day and I have a baby tooth that like it's a permanent baby tooth. And my wife was like, she said, "That's why you haven't grown up because you still got a baby tooth." I'm like, yeah. I was like, pretty much like.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
That's my friend.
Yeah, my dentist was like, "Why is it so small compared to the other ones?" I'm like, "Hey, man,
say it's perfectly normal size. First,
leave it alone back there.
Get from back there, sir.
Yeah,
get from back there.
Asking too many questions, man.
Questions right now. Keep it moving. All right, man. Let's I guess we'll wrap it up, man. You guys good? No more rapid
Yes, sir.
fire? You know, aside from we learned JT's gonna start hacks on his fucking spring.
That old hackopotamus over here.
In my defense, there is someone in here that encourages it too. So
I feel like I know who that is.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm already looking at it right now. Yeah.
I'm not even.
I don't encourage it. I just don't talk you out of it.
Hey, that's a good friend right there. You know, you want to do something, he's going to support you 100%.
We'll do dumb stuff together.
When we were doing my exhaust,
he's going to pass you the Sawzall.
It had bolts on it. And I was underneath it trying to unbolt it. You know, I wasn't even cutting anything. This time, I was unbolting it. Next thing I know, Sancho's sliding me a Sawzall already. I was like,
it was like a
we were supposed to go out and
slide too, like
that or something. So I was,
just go ahead and take that.
My bad. I thought this was a torque wrench. My bad.
This is that new style socket wrench.
What are we unbolting for? It's not going back in after you cut it.
Yeah.
it wasn't going back in anyway.
Efficiency.
Well, we learned a lot, man.
Definitely
learned a lot. Shit, I don't even know where I want to go with this. It's so late in the evening. But thanks again to Travis. Y'all go follow him at Houston Speed Freaks on Instagram, Facebook. Check the website out. Stay tuned for that fucking turbo kit, man. It's gonna be nasty. Yep. Y'all looking at world record holder. We manifested the fuck out of that.
Yes, it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna be like, I know Travis. I know him. That's my guy. Yeah, man. Any last minute shout outs for you, Travis, before we
just want to shout out the wife again for being supportive. My good friend Ryan. You know, like I said, we're a small team over here. A lot of people hit me up and like, hey, I want to speak to Travis from HS Staff. I'm like, you hit me up on Instagram, email, Facebook. You're talking to me. I'm the mailman. I'm the email replier. I package packages. You know, I'm making product in here. I'm working on my car. I'm working on customer cars. So like, it's really three of us. You got Tugboat, which he just helps around the shop a little bit, or my garage, I should say. And then you got Ryan, who comes over and helps with installs and stuff. But again, having a good support team, good friends, and people like Sancho, you know, to hand you a Sawzall when you need it. You know, I got people like that on my side that are there and supporting me. So I appreciate all of them guys. Shout out to ZFG Adam for also supporting my dumb ideas. But I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it, you know, kind of thing. So I always know I got him on my side, you know, to do some stupid shit. You know, we'll try it out.
That's all you need.
Also,
all you need.
I gotta say fuck Adam too, because I got that crackle tune on here, and I've had so many people hit me up for it, and he only gives it to me, and then he's like, "You fucking ricer," and I'm like, "I didn't even ask for it, okay?" You know what I mean? But I got it. He knows what he's doing. He's fucking with me.
Love it.
Oh my god,
we appreciate you coming on again, man. And we definitely gonna have you on again once you get that world record, or even before that, dude. Can't wait to have you back, boys. Y'all got any last minute shout outs, announcements, general tomfoolery? We already know.
Stay tuned for the ST and Jetta race.
Hey,
let's go.
I can't wait.
Hey, I heard Corey's got active weight reduction and he's be leaking coolant the whole time. So it's gonna get faster and faster, dude.
I can definitely take that ST right now.
Just don't want to stay in there.
Just dropping coolant, and then the Jetta's just cruising the big. Like 30 minutes later.
Right. A cool 65.
Hell yeah, man. No, I can't. Y'all call me for that. I might try to show up in person.
It's already happened once when he first got the car.
Oh shit!
I was just about to say, like, when I first got it, he was like, man, line it up, and I was like, dude, why? Like, why? He was like, man, I got you, trust me. So then, like, we did like a little small pull, and he was like, man, I was in eco mode.
Hey, no joke. I was at the track, and I had a Tesla Model 3 owner, Performance, approach me, and I don't really know much about Teslas. And he was like, hey, let's run it. I'm like, all right, you know. So I show up to the line, and I put like 3 bus links on the dude. He wasn't ready for that light, you know. And he was like, oh, I was in the wrong mode, running again. I'm like, I'm not running you again, dude.
What are you talking about, dude?
What are you talking about? Yep.
I was like, I'm just gonna share the video. Yeah, I was like, you asked me to race, I should have ready. You know, I'm gonna go on green.
I can already see it now. We're gonna caption that video. That race and be exhaust delete versus engine delete.
It's got full exhaust on it. It's from the turbo up. Out the hood.
Goddamn. All right, Corey, Sancho, any y'all got anything?
No, sir.
All right.
Just stay tuned for even more.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Well, again, y'all know where to find everybody. You can find Travis over at Houston Speed Freaks on Instagram. I believe it's www.houstonspeedfreaks.com. And you can also find him on Facebook. You can find us at skunkwerks.projects with an E, not an O, on Instagram, and the website www.skunkwerksprojects.com. Stay tuned. We are revamping the website, getting ready for season 3 of the pod, so look forward to that. Yeah, that's all the announcements I got for you guys right now. I'm not telling y'all what the fuck I'm up to, but it's fucking devious. Devious as fuck.
Cut springs.
Time travel.
My God. Hey, you find that out, let me know.
Yeah.
I know what the lottery numbers were for yesterday. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get that 1 point whatever billion.
Yeah,
boys.
the 1.6 million.
ETDs for everybody.
Yeah.
Goddamn. All right, man. Again, man, y'all know where to find us. Thank y'all if y'all made it this far. If not, fuck you.
Facts though, like.
But yeah, man. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys probably at the turn of the new year. Maybe a little bit sooner. We'll figure that out. But again, if y'all hearing this before or after Christmas, hope you had a good Christmas, or hope you do have a good Christmas, good holidays, family, all that good stuff. Drive safe. With the holidays, the popo be out there, so chill the fuck out. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right.
Peace.